All right, Joe Biden taking on big tech in a new executive order aiming to create more competition and crack down on what they call corporate dominance.
What we've seen over the past few decades is less competition and more concentration that holds our economy back. We see it in big agriculture, in big tech, in big pharma. The list goes on. Rather than competing for consumers, they are consuming their competitors.
I think he meant big agriculture. But does this go far enough? Biotech entrepreneur and author of the forthcoming book, Woke Inc., Vivek Ramaswamy joins us now. Vivek, some of the things Joe Biden said there make sense on their face, but what he's attempting to do, will it get at the problems in big tech that we're also aware of?
So is big tech too powerful in this country? Absolutely. But is President Biden's executive order actually going to do the right things about it? I don't think so. And in fact, I think it could leave us in the worst of all worlds by giving us the appearance that he's addressed the true problems with big tech's power without actually addressing those very problems. And the true problem is this, is not that they exercise too much power in the marketplace for products, because they've made a lot of products available cheaply. There's wide consumer choice. No, the real problem is the power they exercise in the marketplace of ideas by taking a monolithic ideology and using their market power to force that on the American people. And here's the basic problem. The Democratic Party loves the ideology and the social perspective that they're pushing, and so that's why they're not going to do anything about it.
Well,
so I worry that this may actually satisfy public anger without actually doing the right thing.
Well, that's precisely right. That was my next question, is you get the signing ceremony, you get to say you're doing something about it. Your base doesn't care about the censorship of conservative thought or banning of people like President Trump. Ultimately, that's okay. So is there any teeth to this? What's the actual manifestation? How is it affecting big tech if it's not taking on the biggest problem that we think is out there with them, which is the collusion to push back on certain speech?
Well, I'll give you an example of something that made me smile when I saw this in the executive order, was talk about bringing back the net neutrality rule.
Yeah.
The net neutrality rule would apply to the equivalent of cable companies like Comcast and Verizon. If we're going to bring back the principle of net neutrality, the idea that you can't have viewpoint-based discrimination or discrimination on the rates that someone is charged based on the viewpoints that they express, the place where we really need that is actually with the social media platforms today. And so it's a perfect example of creating the smokescreen, the lightning rod for public attention by focusing on cable companies, which actually haven't been the problem for censorship for years, but instead actually not focusing on the big tech platforms themselves. And I'll tell you this, too. They focus a lot on corporate size and M&A. I'd rather live in a world where the biggest tech companies in the world were American rather than Chinese. It's not really the size per se that's the problem. It is the way the size of those companies are now exercising greater social and political power than any company possibly should.
Well, that's true. And then when they exist in those other countries, they adhere to anti-free speech codes. They have their own issues here in the United States, but acting completely in concert with governments there. Real quick, we saw the former president launch the class action lawsuit on the banning of. Will that ultimately be more substantial in taking on big tech than anything this administration is willing to do?
Well, I have an op-ed coming out on that very shortly where I lay out what if the case is argued correctly, and that's the big if, it does have the potential to be one of the defining cases of our time, because that gets to the heart of the government's marriage with big tech, the way in which big government is using big tech to accomplish through the back door what it cannot get done directly through the front door. That's the key issue that we need to focus on.
Absolutely. As always, Vivek Ramaswamy, appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.